Hello Leos and welcome to your May reading. Finally spring and May, eh? Alright, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. The first card that I have is the Moon card. So right away, this calls for a quest. The Moon, in fact, we should call it the eclipse because the moon is in front of the sun, is a quest because at this point in your life, your focus or your reality is more one of what is happening inside, projected the outside, more than the sun per se. So it's forcing us to go inside with the eclipse. And here you can see like the lobster wanting to come up here from the waters. So the waters that can be our subconscious or whatever, but it's our emotional vibration. This is where we're vibrating. The lobster is a beautiful animal that today we know that it has no expiring dates in its DNA. That's why you can like actually fish a 500-year-old lobster. That would be sad, but you know, if it's not eaten, it will live and go on. So, but to grow, its shell does not grow. So at one point and regularly, he has to leave his shell, be mushy for a little while, expand, and then create himself a new shell. So the image of this is about us and our soul in our reality. Our soul at one point needs to grow, and it's stuck in our conception of our reality. That's our shell. And so at one point this is too tight. It's like a girdle that it's way too tight for your soul. So it has to go inside and ask you to do the quest. And in the quest, you have this little path where you're going to cross these two pillars, which is going to be a transformation. And on that path, you have these two dogs, the wolf and the dog, the white dog, the dark dog, whatever. But one is more wild. It's the animalistic side that howls at the moon and will be reactive. And the other one is tamed by the higher self and is there to kind of guide us, relay our soul's message. So, and once we cross that, of course, we have a beautiful download. That's why you have like a shower of these little symbols here that are the letter Yod in Hebrew, which means the finger of God. And so this is like a shower of that. Then I have the Three of Swords. So what you're going to go see inside is how you hurt, your mind can hurt your heart through beliefs, through other people's word, you know. When you're a healed person, somebody tells, you know, the example is a man of Tao. Okay, maybe you've heard about the man of Tao, but he is so healed that nothing hurts him anymore. So if you tell somebody very healed, you know, oh, you're not worth it, you know, whatever, it will run on him like water on a duck. He'll just say, well, that's your vision, and that's it. But he will not be hurt by it. And so if something happens that he is rejected and applying somewhere or whatever, he'll see it like, okay, that wasn't there for me, but not that I wasn't good enough and hurting myself with it. It is all how we use our mind and how we can hurt ourselves or let other people hurt us. You're going to go inside to go and see that, and you're going to have to then release all of those wands that you've been carrying, all of those past actions, how your will is right now, you have so much baggage that you can't even see where you're going anymore. So this is about it. Under the moon, we have the tower. When you're going to go inside, you're going to have an awakening here. You're going to actually hear, understand, see the lightning of the divine here coming down, removing that crown. How you used to think will absolutely, how you used to master your life here is going to be removed. And then again, you have the same yods coming down, like a huge download here. I'm going inside and I'm seeing something. Queen of Cups, Six of Pentacles. I'm seeing something. The message will come from within. Okay? The Queen of Cups, she's the psychic queen. You're receiving a message by going inside. She's the psychic queen because you see here her cup, how beautiful it is. It's the same depiction as the Ark of the Covenant. Of course, what's in there? The contract between the divine and us. So, this is to say that the divine speaks to us through the waters. That's why she's psychic. Okay? Just she has access to cosmic intelligence. And what is it going to tell you by doing all of that inner world, inner work? It's going to talk to you about the balance of the universe. It's going to talk to you about, you know what? You have to allow the universe to fulfill you completely first. And then you can give for free outside of you. And you can receive for free. That means without owing anything, you have the right to be abundant, and that's it. And enjoying it, Leo. And by this happening, and it's a real insight, like the truth will arrive in your heart chakra like that, okay? And so all the swords that were in your heart will reverse because 10 of Swords. You're finishing that cycle of swords. And with that understanding of that download, it's one heck of a download here. This is why the wheel of fortune will turn. And you will not have to live whatever you were living before anymore. See, the Sphinx on top of the wheel of fortune here has a sword in it because it needs to have an understanding. After the 10 of swords comes Ace of Swords. I get it. And now I am completely conscious of how every sword in my life got in me. How I've put some myself, how I've allowed others to put them, how I've had expectations from people that were impossible for them to give. All of that, it's going to become obvious. And so here, that's why after that, look at that beautiful healing of temperance, but also the rising of your emotional vibration. And that is going to allow you to open up, to allow in, to risk. Because of that new understanding that you will have. The other signs kind of are going through it slowly, but here for you, I don't know, it seems like it's gonna be an epiphany kind of thing. Yes, I'm seeing it. Moon Tower. I understand. So under your 10 of Wands, I have the Pope and the 5 of Wands. So the Pope is discernment. And that's the major arcana here. So using my discernment, using my spiritual knowledge, the knowledge of the shadow, knowledge of cosmic intelligence, the high priestess with the Pope, and applying it here. Therefore, removing all of the conflict or of should I go there, should I go that, people are conflicted, I'm not so sure, and all of that. Removing all of this. And then I have the Page of Pentacles, where you are starting this brand new Of course, since you're releasing, the universe is going to provide right away. We have to empty to be able to receive. There, bottom of the deck, I have the world. You're finishing a beautiful a cycle that probably wasn't beautiful, but if you grasp the understanding, you will not have to repeat it. Let's clarify this. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. And my guides help me clarify this reading for Leo for the month of May 2021, sorry. I think the full moon in Scorpio was really powerful on this. With Venus and Taurus, anything that is preventing expansion, abundance, love in our life, the sun has, the moon, the full moon has actually shed light on those inner parts that are preventing it. Okay, let's look at that moon for you. Yeah. So, Six of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Understanding we cannot receive more than what we allow ourselves to receive. So if you've been the kind of Leo that's been sacrificing for the sake of others, of course you did not receive much, because others would sacrifice you for the sake of themselves. This is what would be mirrored in your life. And so then we have a hard time receiving, because when we're receiving, we're thinking, oh my God, you're giving me this. Oh, what am I going to have to give you in return? So, yeah. Understanding, grasping something on the Six of Pentacles, the balance of the universe. And when you look at the Six of Pentacles, see, you have it here. Some people might say, well, that's not balanced at all. There's like two poor guys and a rich guy. That's not balanced. They should all have like the same amount in their bank account, and that would be balanced. Well, the way the universe works is that it can only give you what you allow yourself to receive, first of all, because of free will. And we are masters creating this matrix and this reality constantly. So it's going to pass through you before it can give to others. But if you deny yourself, then it cannot give you more than what you allow. So for the universe, one has to allow full abundance within themselves. And then the rest, they will be happy to give in a balanced manner. That's why it's got scales here. And you can be sure that this guy, what he's giving them, he's not expecting them to give it back to him, you know, a little bit every month with interest. No, it's free because it's his overflow. And then they are accepting it for free. They don't think they're going to owe him or whatever. They can enjoy and receive for free. This is how a balanced universe works. Because if one sacrifices, one has expectations. And even if we don't want to, we do have expectations. I gave my last shirt to you, and I hope that when I need a shirt, you're going to give it to me too. But that's not how it works. And if it's not you, but at least somebody else, because I gave all of my shirts, that's not how it works either. Okay, now let's look at that Three of Swords. So the disbalance of the universe has been a source of a lot of disappointment in your life. King of Swords. This is the mastery of the swords. Mastery of the mind. He's got that Ace of Swords in his hands. And this is how he sees life. And it's with the Knight of Cups. So this is what makes me happy. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna wait for somebody else to open a door or to do whatever. I'm gonna make a decision that's gonna change my life because I am ready to receive. Let's look at that 10 of Wands. Twice the Wheel of Fortune. 10 of Wands. Twice the 10 of Wands. Yes. You have to, here is the Hangman. All those wands that you've been carrying on your shoulders, you have to look at them from a completely different angle. Because as long as you're carrying them, your life will never be fair. That's justice here. It will never be balanced. But here with Temperance, that tells me that now it's now that you're gonna get that insight, that you're gonna get that understanding. You are ready to actually see that, and therefore make the decisions and the way you're going to express yourself and make the decisions and all of that that are going to be balancing your life. Let's look at that tower here under the Moon and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, 10 of Swords. That's hard to do. Tower, 10 of Swords. Tower, 10 of Swords. Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords. So, and we had Moon, Wheel of Fortune. Going inside, seeing this, being conscious completely of the mechanics of the universe and how the way you would see things or strategize or even express yourself actually created that. And here I have Strength, because you're actually going to rise to your higher self here. You're going to see exactly, and you know, Cancer, Gemini, Taurus, on different levels have all kind of had this kind of lesson. And that's why I'm thinking this is, you know, full moon, Scorpio, Venus in Taurus. This is the whole thing. What prevents Venus to be in her full capacity. Now it's the time to transform, to understand, to heal. Okay, let's look at the Six of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Oops. Yeah. Two of Swords. And here, of course, there's a lot, but the first one on top is the Six of Cups. Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Emotionally, as much as with our energy, time, so and so, it has to be balanced. Those children are not giving themselves emotional baggage, and this one is not giving expectations with his time, energy, senses, money, whatever. There's a decision under the Moon to take. What is my truth? I cannot live in a paradox. I understood something right now. So there's my old way of thinking that brought me Three of Swords and 10 of Swords. And there's the new way of thinking here under the Moon. That means inside of me. And I'm going to make that decision. Now let's look at by having that one sword, of course, that's when the Wheel of Fortune can turn. Over the 10 of Swords, that means finishing a cycle of swords. From shadow to the light. That is the 10 of Swords. That's why you have the dawn rising at the end there. That's it. There won't be any more swords because I understand how they came here and I am conscious of the price I paid. I'm conscious of the price I paid for every sword in my back, and if I carry them with me, well, I'm going to have them constantly. Eight of Cups. I am leaving all of this behind. Again, under the moon. See, we have that moon here, right there. I'm using my willpower. And I'm going to go for that fulfillment. Because I know that it's there for me. And because the universe is balanced. And because I understand that, it's going to be able to bring me in a matrix and a reality that is going to be balanced. It's the law of the divine. It's the law of nature. That's why we have Tarot, Rota, Torah, Ator, the goddess of nature. Torah, the book of the law of the divine. The wisdom of the divine. That's how the universe works. And you have like the little snake of the Kundalini. The more we rise our consciousness, the more the will brings us a different reality. Let's look at that Temperance and the Four of Pentacles. And of course, Temperance is all about, how you temper metal. You temper metal by, to bring steel to lead, not lead, but metal, anyway, plomb, to steel, like to make a sword. You have to heat it up, hit on it, put it in water. That's how we temper. We remove the impurities from it so that it can be to its best essence. Page of Sword. I understand it. I was closed up, my Four of Pentacles, because my emotions and my old wounds were projecting things in front of me, preventing me from continuing to grow here. Seven of Cups, again, that is Venus in Scorpio. So we're with, Scorpio moon, Venus in Taurus. There it is. What is preventing you from actually seeing and being able, because, the big part of manifesting is being able to visualize it. And so if I have old wounds and I visualize my nightmares, I'm manifesting that also. That's why the Seven of Cups is very hard, because it's all over the place. And talking about all over the place, of course, then your willpower will follow this and go all over the place. Your mind will follow it also. If you have a wound of abandonment or something like that, then when you look in the future, you can see it, or a failure or whatever. You can see it because you've lived it. So your emotion comes and backs it up. And then your mind is like, yeah, it's true, it could happen. I trust it because I feel it. And then your willpower, is it going to go that way? No, it's going to go all over the place. And therefore, your reality, Pentacle, will not move anywhere. So that's the Magician, but with his elements all over the place. But here, you're understanding something. Let's look at the Pope and the Five of Wands. Ace of Cups and the Fool. Yes, I need a higher vibration. We know Temperance has been, brewing this so that you receive this. This is peace, serenity, healing, so that you can have faith. The Fool, after the world is the Fool. I'm finishing this and then I can, just go with faith into my new cycle, because I know I've done that. Been there, done that. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. And really turning. We have it twice. And because, Ten of Swords, you are finishing your cycle of swords this month, Leo. And here, that little Page of Pentacles is going to be that extra value to take you from the 5 plus 1, 6. Okay? The Sixes of Pentacles, there it is. 5 plus 1, 6. From lack, from sacrifice, from abandonment, from all of this, that new understanding is giving you that extra to bring you that balance. Finish your cycle so you can be in your beautiful, ruled by Venus here, Empress. So you can start allowing yourself to receive. That's going to be the title of your video. Allowing yourself to receive this month. And it's going to be a huge download. I should call it a huge download because this is right at the beginning of the month, but the side effect will be that you're going to allow yourself to balance your life and start receiving. So, on this, my beautiful Leos, I'm going to send you all my love and light for the month of May. Thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, the description is below. There's an email you write to me. I will never give a phone number or something in the commentaries. So even if you see my logo or something like that, there are con artists out there. And it's sad. This is what happens in times of struggles. Mankind's imagination to try and survive sometimes will go into shadow work like that. But I will never do that, so don't fall for it. If you want a private reading, the description is right below in the plus section. There's an email. Thank you also for the ones of you that gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on new moon, full moon, I do a little ceremony to give you back. And on this, my beautiful Leos, have a wonderful month of May. Namaste.